All right, hey everybody, Matt here from Aroundsquare. Just doing a little rundown of what's coming up in our October 2021 product launch. So the first thing I want to go through is probably the headliner for this release, which is the hybrid modular Buglery. Okay, now this is the full release. We had done a beta release of these guys a few years ago. These have a few changes compared to the beta. They're slightly more rounded, they're slightly smaller, and then we've got more options in terms of materials as well. All right, the reason I went a little bit smaller, these are down to 15 millimeter diameter compared to the 16 millimeter that we had in the beta. And that was just, I found that some of the sets were getting a little bit heavier when you start stacking the middle bits on. And I wanted to keep them nice, light, nimble, and to give people the option to throw in a few extra of those middle pieces and sort of customize the appearance, customize the length of the beads and so on. So that's how it's going to be this round, 15 millimeter diameter. We've got 5 different top and bottom designs. So we've got the dome top. We've got basically a partially recessed cone-shaped piece, which is like kind of like imagine what the grays would be like if you had a recess at the bottom. We got a 45-degree cone-shaped piece. We've got a 30-degree cone-shaped piece that's kind of reminiscent of the Everyman Buglery. And then we've got what I call the half standard, which is kind of it's like a recessed Hydra bead or like half of one of our modern standard type beads. Okay, and you can mix and match them in a bunch of different ways. The black ones here are aluminum, 70-75 aluminum. The natty ones are grade 5 titanium, and yeah, they're going to be sold in sets with 6 of the top and bottom pieces. So those 5 different shapes that I mentioned, plus an extra set of the dome pieces for those of you that want to make a kind of spherical Buglery. And then they're going to also come with, I can't remember if it's 5 or 6 of the different middle pieces. So including some heavier like copper and brass, as well as some lighter aluminum with the color accents there. So that's the hybrid modulars. I'm super excited about them. They've got a 3.5 millimeter bore, so they're pretty suitable for any type of cord. And actually, maybe on that note, I should talk about cords while I've got these all in my hand. Last month, we launched our Kevlar Cord, and it's, to my surprise, like basically sold out now. We have a few little pieces left that we're using for the ultras that we're selling. And we are restocking the commons this month. So the common ultras as well as the commons Buglery. Both of these guys ship on that Kevlar Cord. But this month we're also going to be introducing our silk cord. So we've got silk in 3 different weights. We've got 3.5 gram, which is thin. It's kind of like a 2.5 millimeter thickness. A little bit thicker than 275 paracord, but way softer, like kind of cushier. Then we've got, what do I got here? Oh, yeah, these guys are strung up on some 4.5 gram silk right here. And this has the black all has this like blue core, which is pretty cool. So this is kind of like your softer, thinner 550 paracord. So it's more towards like, if you remember like the old FS Navy that I used to ship all of the 550 Buglery on, it's kind of soft, cushy like that. And then we've got for those of you that like the big pillowy softness, we've got a thicker 7 gram silk cord as well, which still fits fine in the 3.5 millimeter bore. And this one we're doing in this, it's the black with the blue core. And we're also doing it in a blue with a white core, okay? So that's for the 7 gram thicker stuff. So this is a little bit more like some of your thicker 550. It still is fine for threading into the bore of the 3.5 millimeter beads, but it's got that extra thickness, and the stuff stays nice and round, and it's just soft. It's a little bit dynamic. It's got like I don't know, maybe like a couple % of stretch to it, so it feels very slightly springy when you're playing it. But I like that. It just gives the beads a little bit different energy. It's pretty fun. All right. So that's the cord. We're going to be selling that in all 3 of the different thicknesses. And we've got actually more on order. There was a little bit of a screw up in the order. We were supposed to have this blue color in all 3 of the thicknesses, but it only came in the 7 grams. So we're rushing them to complete the order with the other 2 thicknesses. We don't have a ton of it, but we are selling it. And I think I may string up or throw in a couple of pieces with some of the sets that we're selling this month as well, just for fun. All right. Then what else we got? We got, oh, I should mention the that thinner, what did I say? The 3.5 gram Silica cord. This is the same stuff that I've been using on some of my ultras. So this is a set of the 8 millimeter titanium beads. And you can see the bead dropping is no problem. This is kind of thick, like it's thicker than 275, but it still is relatively easy to put into the bore. Like I haven't drilled this out or anything. It's just because it's got more compressibility to it than something like 275 paracord or even the Sterling ropes cord. So although it's thicker, you can see there's still no issue at all on the bead dropping with the 8 millimeter beads. I specifically tried it out on these ones because they're like the lightest beads that we have for the ultras. So I wanted to make sure that it would be fine on these guys, and it's great. And this cord is like it's a few months old. This is one of the first samples that we got, so it's holding up really well. It does kind of compress a little bit where the knot is, or sorry, where the bead is, but it's like almost no fraying or anything. It holds up. It holds up really, really good. All right. So that's cord and Buglery. Let's talk Deadeyes. So we're finally catching up on the other metals for the hollow Deadeyes. So we're doing stainless steel this month, brass and copper. Okay, I find them really nice and fun. The titanium ones are very light, and so these ones, if you're finding the titanium ones very light, these give that like more feedback when you're playing with them. Can play them a little bit slower, and yeah, I don't know, they're different amounts of grip and so on. And I know each of the metals has their own fans, so we got to do all of them for you. All right. Then finally, we've got some more of the acrylic resin knuckle bones in. So we didn't get all of the types that we had trialed a few months back, but we've got, these are great. These are the kind of fuchsia swirl, blue swirl, and orange swirl. And yeah, they're similar weight to the ice bone or the Delrin knuckle bones. And each one a little bit unique. They've all got these great swirls, really great color saturation. So I think these are going to be a mainstay. We got a nice big order of them, so you don't need to worry about them selling out as quickly as they did last time. And our challenge is just, this material is all kind of custom made, and we're, rather than buying like 50 kilograms of one particular thing, what we're trying to do is just piggyback on what suppliers have available, and if they've got a few extra rods of this or that, we're trying to scoop those up. So that's kind of the game plan with these guys. So there will be, I don't want to call them a limited edition because we got a bunch of them in these colors, but when they sell out, there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to get more of these particular ones in anytime soon. So we're still figuring stuff out. All right. So I think that's it for big releases this month. There's a ton of stuff that I'm still waiting on. We're doing Luxacs this month. It's been a few months since we've done that. A lot of you are waiting on the big metal balls, and good Lord, do I have some big metal balls. These guys are 70 millimeters. They weigh about like more than 1.5 kilograms each, I think. And they're awesome. Like definitely great for training the finger strength. Not so great for the toes, so be careful where you play them. But these guys, I've got them in. We're just waiting on the packaging, and yeah, everything just takes time. These actually came in, and they were kind of thrashed because the supplier hadn't packaged them up super well, so there was like banging together and stuff. So some of them have little flattened bits on them. So we're still working that out. Fortunately, this was just an air shipment that I received, and most of the order is coming by ocean, and it's going to be packed, crated up a lot better. So these are stainless steel. We've got titanium, and we're working on copper as well. And check this beauty out. So these are exorbitantly expensive to produce in Zircuti, but we got some of them, and I'm pretty hyped on them. So anyways, all that's in the works. It just, it takes as much time as it takes, you know. Then the last thing I want to show is this little guy, which I hesitate to even show because I really wanted to keep it a secret, but the bloody thing was supposed to be completed production October 9th, and it's been delayed by more than a month. So I'm sick of waiting. I'm eager to show it to you guys. This is our new model of plate check key, and it's got a new custom Kevlar cord that we've been working on as well. Super fun, way too expensive to produce. What else can I say? We're doing it also in Delrin and brass. This has brass accents on it. I'm really liking the weight of it. A full brass one is going to be pretty hefty, but the titanium I think is a great weight. And the Delrin, I've got Delrin samples in. They're also awesome. So anyways, more stuff to look forward to. Unfortunately, not ready right now, but yeah, you gotta just take the stuff. You can't put too much pressure on the suppliers because you don't want them rushing and doing a shoddy job of it, right? So we just got to kind of roll with it. But I wanted to share it anyways, just to let you know that we haven't forgotten about keeping the check key range fresh. So much stuff in production right now, and you know, everybody's talking about supply chain stuff. It's affecting us as well, but fortunately we've got like a kajillion suppliers right now, and so there's like constantly stuff arriving. It's just not necessarily the thing that we want on the day that we want it. All right, I think that's going to do it for this time. Hopefully it was a little bit shorter than usual. Yeah, 12 minutes, not too bad. All right, I'll be sending out an email with launch details for Friday. It's going to be probably same time as usual, 7 p.m. Pacific, and there'll be a good little password in the email for anybody who's signed up to give you a chance to get in early and scoop what you want. All right, thanks everybody. Bye.